Welcome back to another explainer. Okay, today we're diving into something that literally affects almost every single one of us, that relentless 24/7 stream of modern connectivity. I mean, look, we live in an era where technology has miraculously bridged global divides, it's democratized access to information, and completely revolutionized how we work. It's amazing, but it's also introduced a really profound challenge. We are constantly tethered to infinite scrolls, endless emails, and just a massive barrage of notifications. So in this explainer, we're going to explore a highly practical roadmap pulled directly from our source material to help you reclaim your time, your focus, and honestly, your mental well-being. So let me ask you this. Have you ever felt your phone buzz in your pocket, reach down to grab it, only to realize no one messaged you? Or even crazier, realized your phone wasn't even in your pocket to begin with, right? If you're nodding along right now, you've experienced the phantom vibrations syndrome. It's a fascinating, if kind of alarming, sign of just how deeply these devices have woven themselves right into our nervous systems and our daily habits. Now, when we talk about fixing this, the term digital detox gets thrown around a lot. And a digital detox is often misunderstood as this extreme rejection of modern life, like, chucking your smartphone into a river and moving off the grid to live in a cabin in the woods. But our sources highlight that a true digital detox is actually a deliberate, structured period of reducing screen time. It's specifically designed to break compulsive usage and shift your relationship with technology from passive consumption to intentional utility. It's really about taking control, not running away.
Let's jump right into phase one, symptoms of digital fatigue.
Before we can even think about fixing our screen dependence, we have to be able to recognize its deep integration into our daily routines. Tech is so embedded in our lives that the line between using it as a necessary tool and having an unhealthy dependence is completely blurred. What's really interesting here are the specific symptoms of that fatigue. Besides those phantom vibrations we just talked about, do you see yourself in any of these? Attention fragmentation? That's when you find it increasingly difficult to just sit and read a book or watch a movie without instinctively reaching for your device. Then there's doom scrolling, which is compulsively consuming negative news way past the point of gaining any useful info, usually right when you should be sleeping. Add in digital anxiety, which is a literal spike in your heart rate or panic when you misplace your phone or lose cell service. And finally, the comparison trap, where browsing curated, idealized lives on social media just leaves you feeling inadequate. If you're experiencing these, it's a glaring sign of severe digital fatigue. But listen, here is absolutely the most important thing you need to hear today. This is not a failure of willpower. If you struggle to put the phone down, you are not weak. You are simply functioning exactly how the system was designed to make you function. The apps on your phone are explicitly engineered by top-tier behavioral psychologists. Their singular goal? To capture and hold your attention for as long as humanly possible. So seriously, give yourself some grace. You are the target of a very specific design. To truly beat that system, we have to understand how it works inside our heads. That brings us to phase two, the neurobiology of the scroll. Unplugging isn't just about breaking a bad habit. It is deeply biological. Consider the direct comparison between smartphone notifications and casino slot machines. Every single time your phone lights up with a new text, a like on a post, or a breaking news alert, your brain gets a microdose of dopamine. That's the neurotransmitter driving your reward and pleasure centers. Social media relies on this psychological concept called intermittent variable rewards. It is exactly like pulling the lever on a slot machine. You never know exactly when you'll get a reward or how big it will be. And that sheer unpredictability, that's exactly what keeps you pulling the lever or refreshing the feed over and over again. The absolutely crucial point here is this. You are fighting against millions of dollars in sophisticated behavioral engineering. Every swipe, every color choice, every notification sound has been perfectly crafted to keep you hooked. Acknowledging this reality really grounds your experience. It means that breaking the habit demands a deliberate, actionable strategy. A vague, kind of half-hearted desire to just be on my phone less isn't going to cut it against an opponent with this kind of funding. And that brings us right to the solution. Phase 3, a digital detox blueprint. We're shifting gears now from the heavy neurobiology into a snappy, highly actionable treatment plan. This is where we take back control of our time and our focus. Our blueprint breaks down into 4 really clear steps. Step 1 is defining boundaries. Step 2 is establishing tech-free zones. Step 3 is the app purge. And Step 4 is rediscovering analog joy. We're going to break down each one of these so you know exactly how to step away from the screen and get back into your life. Let's start with Step 1, define your boundaries. You have to decide exactly what your detox looks like.
Is it a strict 24-hour ban every Sunday? Maybe a week-long break from social media? Or maybe it's just imposing a firm rule of no devices after 8 p.m. The sources stress two big things here. Be specific and start small. Vague goals totally fail. And if you currently average, say, 8 hours of screen time a day, trying to cut down to 0 immediately is just a recipe for relapse. So start by carving out just a single, highly protected, tech-free hour each day.
Step 2 is all about controlling your environment because your environment heavily dictates your behavior. First up, the bedroom. The advice here is simple but incredibly effective. Buy a traditional alarm clock and charge your phone in another room overnight. This instantly prevents that toxic habit of waking up and checking emails before you even get out of bed. Next, the dining table. Make meals a sacred, screen-free time for deeper connection with family and friends. And honestly, it's better for your digestion too. And finally, the bathroom. Yes, seriously, stop taking your phone in there. Give your brain those few minutes of uninterrupted downtime.
As we move into step 3, I want you to keep this core principle in mind. Friction is your best friend. When you're trying to break a bad habit, convenience is your absolute worst enemy. The very best way to stop doing something is to make it actively harder for yourself to access those digital spaces that drain your time.
And that leads us perfectly into the great app purge. Here are the tactical steps. First, turn off non-essential notifications. You only really need alerts for direct messages or phone calls, right? Turn off the alerts for social media likes, news apps, and promotional emails. Second, delete the worst offenders. If there's a specific app, like TikTok, Instagram, or X, where you just lose track of time, delete it from your phone. If you truly need to check it, force yourself to log in through a web browser. See? Adding friction. Finally, grayscale your screen. Dive into your phone's accessibility settings and turn the display to black and white. It instantly strips away those bright, candy-colored icons, making the whole device massively less appealing to your brain. Step 4 is absolutely critical. Rediscover analog joy. Look, when you suddenly remove hours of screen time from your day, you're going to create a massive vacuum. If you don't actively fill that empty time with tactile, engaging activities, you will inevitably drift right back to your screens out of sheer boredom. So read physical books or magazines. Engage in tactile hobbies like cooking, gardening, painting, or building models. Spend time in nature, and importantly, do it without a smartwatch, tracking every single step you take. Exercise, meditate, or simply practice just sitting with your own thoughts for a change. Now, we do need a quick dose of reality here. Phase 4, overcoming FOMO and withdrawal. I'm going to be completely candid with you. The first few days of this blueprint are going to be uncomfortable. You might feel twitchy, bored, and kind of disconnected from your social circles. You are definitely going to experience a heavy dose of FOMO, the fear of missing out. But ground yourself in this undeniable reality. The world will not end. The news cycle is going to continue perfectly fine without your active participation. Your friends will survive even if you take 48 hours to reply to a meme in the group chat. What you're feeling isn't an actual emergency. It's simply a symptom of withdrawal from chronic overstimulation. So the instruction from our source material here is simple but tough. Push through the boredom. Validate those twitchy feelings. Recognize them for exactly what they are. And just sit with them. Because on the other side of that initial uncomfortable boredom is exactly where creativity, deep focus, and true relaxation reside. You have to walk through the discomfort to get your peace of mind back. As we wrap up this explainer, let's look at the long game. Phase 5, toward digital minimalism. The ultimate goal of a digital detox isn't to become a hermit or to banish technology from your life permanently. It's about taking a break so you can completely reset your baseline, which allows you to eventually reintroduce technology on your own terms. This brings us to digital minimalism, which basically means using technology to support your values rather than allowing it to dictate your behavior. You must treat your attention as your most valuable, finite resource. By regularly auditing your digital habits, setting really firm boundaries, and prioritizing real-world engagement, you get to enjoy the immense benefits of our connected world without sacrificing your time, your focus, or your peace of mind. I want to leave you with this final, provocative thought to chew on today. Take a really hard look at your daily habits right now and ask yourself, is your technology supporting your values or is it dictating your behavior? The honest answer to that question might actually surprise you, and it just might be the exact push you need to start your own digital detox. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and hey, here's to reclaiming your time.